Good morning.
Guys, you guys see this?
What?
What's going on?
I must have missed it.
Oh, about Adam.
Yeah, I saw that this morning. It's so sad.
Man, he used to hang out with us.
Yeah, and then he just stopped.
I hope he's gonna be okay.
I wish we had noticed the signs and done something.
Fact is, 1 in 5 of us has a mental health condition, but emotional pain can be hard to spot and harder to talk about. Learn the 5 signs of emotional suffering: personality change, agitation, withdrawal, poor self-care, and hopelessness. If you see one or more of these signs in someone you care about, reach out,
Megan,
connect, and offer to help.
come sit with us.
Together, we can change the direction of mental health in America.
We were just talking about the literature exam.
And our answers for question 4.
Learn the signs and how to help. Visit changedirection.org.
Good morning. I am Dr. Yates. I work alongside Dr. Taylor in Student Services. We talk openly and regularly about the importance of taking care of your physical health. You hear us say, get a good night's sleep, be sure to exercise, eat well, or tell us if your stomach hurts or if you have a headache. What we do not talk enough about is the importance of taking care of your mental health. January is Mental Health and Wellness Month. Your mental health is more important than the test, the interview, the meeting, the family dinner, the soccer game, the Friday night date, the recital. Yet, there's this stigma associated with mental health that doesn't exist with physical health. If your leg hurts when you walk, you tell someone, typically your parent. You might even post on social media about it. #broke-my-leg. Your parent takes you to the doctor, who provides you treatment, and you go about your life as normal. Yet we hide our mental and emotional struggles. There are feelings of embarrassment, shame, guilt associated with it. We do not tell those around us. We dare not post on social media about it. We struggle in silence. Do you know that 20% of students ages 13 to 18 live with a mental health condition? Let's think about that. 1 in 5. What we know about treatment is it's available and it works. Yet only 20% seek the help that they need. I didn't know. She seemed okay. She told me everything was fine. The stigma associated with mental health prevents teens from seeking the treatment they need. We're hoping that today is a step in changing that direction. It's time to talk. It's time to change. It's time to end the stigma. Our speaker today is going to talk about how mental health has impacted her life. The message is raw. The message is deep. The message is important. What I hope that you will take away is that if you or someone you know is struggling, please reach out. Your teachers, your parents, your coaches, student services, Dean Ball, we are all here to help. Your mental health is important. You can do it, and we can help. I would like to now introduce you to Benjamin student Margot Seeger, who is going to introduce our guest speaker, after first taking a few moments to share with you her journey and how this topic has impacted her life. Margot.
Okay, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Margot Seeger. I'm a junior, and I've been here since pre-K. And I think too many years have passed for there to be many of us that knew Asher very well at all. He would have been a sophomore in college right now. It's been 3 years. But if you did know him even half as well as I did, you know that he belonged on this earth, and his personality was one of a kind. What he was to me was the cousin I never had. All my cousins are in their mid-20s and 30s, and I just never really connected with them, but Asher was there every family vacation, holidays, family milestones, even just regular days. He was always at our house. He was always there. And among many others, I think his best quality was his drive to make everybody feel included. When we were younger, my older brother Lucas, when we were just kids, we would like play games together, and like I was the dorky little sister, and my brother would always say like, Margot, go away, and all this stuff. But Asher always found a way to make me feel included, even at such a young age. We would play games. Asher would fix my paper airplanes to make them fly better. I did gymnastics, so they would be the judges of my handstands, and I always wanted Asher to be my judge because I know he would give me a 10 and my brother would give me a 6. And we were so young. That just shows his authenticity and his empathy, even from such a young age. When Asher died, I was in 8th grade, and prior to this, I had never had a dog or even a grandparent die. So this was my first experience of loss. And it was someone so close to me and someone who seemed so content and carefree all the time. He really seemed to not have a care in the world. When my parents told us the news, my mom brought my brother and I together, and she stated that Asher had taken his own life, and I did not know how to react. I was just out of body. What? Asher, the king, the pioneer, and the legend, he's dead. He chose to die, and it wasn't inevitable. Labor Day weekend of 2014, we were on one of our family vacations in the Keys, and Asher was his normal troublemaking self. I was in a hotel room with a friend, and it was late at night, and we hear banging on the door, and we're like, oh my God, what is that? And I open the door, and it's Asher. He's like, oh, can I camp out here for a few minutes? He did something stupid, and he was running from public safety. And we were watching The Purge because it had just come out at that time, and he's like, are you guys watching The Purge? And we're like, yeah, whatever. He's like, can I watch? And we're like, okay, sure, dude. And so he sits down. 5 minutes into the movie, he falls asleep at the foot of our bed. And like, we just don't know what to do with him. So we're like taking videos of us messing with him, and like his phone was in his hand, and we would switch it for like a bag of chips. And I don't know, I just remember thinking so vividly that like Ash is living the life and he's got it all. He was so carefree. He was just, I don't know, he was just so relaxed. But it was only 2 months later that he had taken his life. My point is that no matter the front someone may put up, and no matter how perfect someone's life may seem, you must never assume their battles. Who would have thought that Asher Hendel, the seemingly happiest and most carefree person out there, was struggling so much that he couldn't bear the thought of living another day? We had plans to go to Colorado that December. Like I mentioned, that trip in the Keys was Labor Day weekend. He committed suicide November 11th of 2014, and Labor Day is in September. So our plans to go to Colorado that December couldn't wait. Asher's emotions overcame him, and it all became too much. And I'm going to conclude by reminding you guys that Asher was one of us. He was part of the Benjamin community. And this is no distant story, but rather very, very close to home. This has been my story, a snippet of the Asher I've known and loved my whole life. And I hope everybody can walk away today after this assembly with new and hopefully impactful insight that you didn't have before. I'd like to introduce Damiann Hendel, Asher's mom and my second mom. She will share her beautiful story and her inquiries about Asher. Thank you.
I guess I talk in the mic. It's just really ironic, crazy that I'm speaking to a crowd at Benjamin School where my son attended for, 10 years? We started at pre-K. But that's not where I'm going to start. I kept thinking, where should I start this conversation? Should I go for something catchy, funny? But I thought, no, I'm going for the truth, because it affects everyone, okay? As Margot said, Asher was the cream of the crop. He was funny, he was smart, but obviously he held a lot in. He was like Robin Williams. He didn't want anybody to know that he had problems. He wanted to help other people, but none of his friends could see the warning signs. So I'm going to tell you my story, basically. First of all, I have a foundation that we started called Forever Frosty Foundation. And I'll tell you where that came from in a minute, but this is Frosty. This is our mascot. I'll just put him down. So on November 11th, 2014, it was a normal day, normal morning, said goodbyes. We texted all afternoon. We texted about what we're going to do for dinner. Didn't think anything of it. Nothing. Not one warning sign. We had moved the week before. We looked at furniture that Sunday. And that Tuesday morning, I know this is hard to stomach, but he went back to our old house and he shot himself in the head. And we found him. We found him. I'm a mom, probably very similar to your mom or your caregiver. I'm not trying to guilt you into saying, oh my God, how selfish of him, his mother loved him, his friends loved him. Because when you have mental health pain, when you are suffering so much that you go to that extreme, it's not about all the people that loved you and cared for you. It's like you couldn't take one more moment, like Margot said. Asher was in therapy. He had anxiety. We did the best that we could. But I'm not going to lecture you. Dr. Yates did a great job on explaining some of the statistics and the warning signs. I'm really here to talk to you guys as my kids. And I was very open with Asher since he was little. I was very close to all of his friends. There wasn't a topic we didn't discuss. And sometimes it was a little embarrassing when he was younger asking about, how babies were made, and how he insisted on knowing when he was like 7 or 8. I'm like, okay. But my point is, when you see friends acting a little different than normal, ask them. Say, hey, I noticed, God, yeah, you're fun and you're crazy, but you're kind of taking a lot of risk. Are you okay? Or, as everybody says, yo, dude, why are you cutting school? Instead of being like, he's my hero, he can do this, he can do that, he can sneak out. They're all signs, obviously, of someone that is having difficulties inside their heart. So I want you to ask them, talk to them. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to ask if they have thought about taking their own lives or hurting themselves. Right now, I want everybody to bow their head and close their eyes, okay? And there's no point in cheating on this exercise, and that's why I'm having you bow your head so you can't look around. How many of you in this room have been sad? Raise your hands. How many of you have felt depressed? Raise your hands. How many of you have actually thought, just thought, it's called suicide ideation. Have you thought about taking your life? Raise your hands. Raise your hands. Don't be afraid, because I can't see your faces and nobody else can. That's too many. That's one too many. How many of you have gotten help? Raise your hands. Not just for wanting to take your life, but just because you're emotionally not feeling stable. That's not enough. That's not enough hands that have gone up. That's where I come in to end the stigma of getting help, okay? Stigma has carried a really bad torch all these years. And I can go back in history when I was your age, and how if somebody, was a homosexual, or you thought they were, you would tease them, or you would be like, oh my God. But you know what? People can say that now. Adults are saying it. There's marriage. I never thought I'd see that. It's the same thing with getting help for a disease. when people have cancer, they get help. Just like Dr. Yates said, if you break your leg, you say, hey, dude, I broke my leg. No one's going to say, I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling awful, but it's okay. This is your generation. You guys are what's going to be happening to the country, to the world in the next few decades. 1 in 5 teens take their lives. 1 in 5. I was just home back in Maryland, and I found out that 3 high school students from different schools took their lives before Christmas. What is happening? Why? Why is this happening? Is it peer pressure? Nah, that was around. Is it drugs? They were around. Is it social media? That was around. What is it? It's really a compilation of everything. You can't pinpoint to one thing. But what I urge you to do is to get the help. Talk to somebody. Talk to anyone. Give them a hint. And if anybody suspects anything about their friends, you must tell someone. You can tell the friend directly, maybe you should get some help, or indiscreetly. And if they promise you to secrecy and they say, you know, don't tell anybody. Like my son, he got a gun. Everyone's like, how do you get a gun? You can get anything you want, and you guys all know it. You can go on the internet, and the whole world is open. It's good in a lot of ways, but I'm telling you, it is horrible in many, many, many ways. So I'm not telling you anything you don't know. I'm not talking like a teacher that's going to say, don't do this and don't do this and come. I'm telling you the truth. You have to seek into your heart and face it. You need help, or someone needs help. Okay? I also want you to listen. Listen to your friends. If they say, oh, God, I hate my life, I want to die, God, I just don't want to do it anymore. Listen to them. Take them seriously. Don't just brush it off. Don't just brush it off, because they're not looking for attention. They're looking for help. And if you can be that one person that can just get a little bit closer to them getting help, wow. I mean, that just speaks volumes, okay? I'm not here to lecture. I really am not. I'm going to look. I didn't even look at my notes, but I might as well take a look at my notes. This is what I do. I start talking, and then I talk about other things, but everything is all related. You know, we can really end the stigma of getting help. Like I said before, and I usually talk to adults about the stigma of when we were younger, or when I was younger, my generation, when someone got divorced, it was like, oh my God. Now, sadly, that's part of society, but you know what? It's okay. We accept it. People get divorced. It's hard on the children, the families, but you can move on, okay? Same thing with cancer. When I was younger, if somebody had cancer, honestly, it was like a death sentence. I bet a lot of your parents have had cancer, survived cancer, and it's not a dirty word, because there's either a cure or you can prolong your life for like 10, 20 years. So that's another thing, that there's no stigma there. And like I said about being openly gay, it's okay, be yourself, you know? People are, not that they're coming out of the closet, they're being true to themselves. Don't make fun of them. We all have something inside of us that we're like embarrassed of, or we feel shame, but there's no need to. Like I keep wanting to say, this is your generation. You guys are what's going to help heal the world, okay? And the last thing I wanted to say about stigma is about, in my day, smoking pot or something was like, you know, as bad as taboo. But they're actually using the oils, the THC, to help patients, cancer patients. I never thought I'd see that. Legalized marijuana. You're probably thinking, oh, yeah, but that's not what it's about. So that just says that now is the time to seek mental health. Don't be embarrassed of it, because it's just like an illness, just like anything else, and it can be cured. It can be. It must be. I know a lot of kids worry. You worry constantly. You know, if you worry about something and you can get help, you don't need to worry about it because you can get help. If you worry about something and nothing can be done about it, you don't need to worry because nothing can be done. So take that in mind. I know it's a kind of a odd concept, but worry doesn't get you anywhere. It doesn't get you anywhere because if you can get help, you must. And that's actually something the Dalai Lama said about the worrying part, and I take that to heart. Talk a little bit about my foundation. So when Asher passed, my sister wanted to put in the obituary where people could send flowers or send money to a good charity. And I said, no, I'm starting my own charity. I want to help save lives. I want to touch everybody I can. Not that, you know what? I don't want to. Let me take that back. I don't want to do this. I have to do this. I'm compelled. So we started the Forever Frosty Foundation, and it is to spread awareness about getting help. It is about helping kids financially that can't afford help. Most of you can afford help to a certain extent, but you know, insurance can only take you so far, and it's expensive, but it's worth it. It's a lot less expensive than a funeral, trust me, okay? So we're raising the money. We've already started. We're giving money to about 3 different therapy groups. They're paying a portion of it. The client's paying a portion, so it keeps them accountable, and Forever Frosty is stepping in. It makes me feel proud that we're touching people. We're talking. We are doing golf tournaments to raise money. We've done workshops. We've given money to workshops. And this, I'm not selling you on my foundation, but I always can use volunteers. There's going to be brochures out there and some of my cards. Go on the website. See the story. Feel it. Asher could be, like Marga said, her cousin. It could be your friend, your brother. Everybody in this room has been touched by suicide. And a lot of people have wanted to protect you. But that's the sad reality, is that it's not just, oh, they died. They harmed themselves permanently, and there is help. I don't need to talk, in the details about Asher, but he was stressed like a lot of you. You have to be stressed. This is the world we live in. But stress can be okay because it can make you move forward. It can make you accomplish things. But too much stress can definitely ruin you. So we have Forever Frosty, and everybody has, I can hear them playing with hearts. Take a look at your little bag. There's 3 hearts in there. And the heart became our logo for Forever Frosty. And the reason is interesting how it came about. When Asher passed away, as I said, we knew so many people. I don't know if I said that. We knew so many people. I was very involved at Benjamin. The whole community came out to the beach to celebrate Asher. So we got visitors, phone calls, food, text messages. And I was just obviously not in a state to respond. So I would send everybody a little blue heart emoji to let them know that I received their love. So an idea hit me that I want to give hearts out. I want to make that my thing, just to give hearts to people. And a lot of times it breaks the ice. When people would see me, they'd have that fear in their face. And I would kind of give them my heart and not even necessarily tell the story, give them a hug, and then it was okay. So, all right, so you all have 3 hearts. I started a project. I call it Hearts 11. Asher died on 11/11. Everything seems to be 11. So I only gave you 3 because I didn't really have, it's 400 students, whatever that is, 4,000 hearts. But I want you to keep 1 for yourself. And I want you to keep it not necessarily for my loss, but for your loss and for your hope. You look at that heart. You can put it somewhere. You can carry it around with you. But I want you to keep it. I want that to represent that it's okay to get help. And every one of you that has a heart has a heart. And you are feeling pain at some times. The other two hearts, I would like you to give them away. You can just say, here, Mom, here's a heart, here's it, or what I do, and I've been doing this for the last 3 years, is sometimes I just hand them out to random people. And you see somebody on the beach who's sad, and I just say, here's my heart. Or strangers or teachers or anybody. But I don't want, when you give these out, I don't want them to know that you're giving it out. So like you can't say, Mom, we did this thing in school, and here's a heart. Because I want you to feel what it feels like to reach out and give something to somebody for nothing in return except a really good feeling. So I hope you all do that. Let's see if I missed anything else. Let's see. That's really pretty much it. So the three things I want you to get out of this with your friends, it's an acronym, ALT. Ask, listen, and tell. Ask your friends what's going on. Have you thought about it? Have you thought about hurting yourself? Ask them. Listen, okay? Listen is the second one. Don't judge them, and don't just say, don't happy them up. Don't judge people. It's so easy for us to do it. We all do it, and it's a constant struggle we're always going to have. But listen to that person. And the other one is tell someone. Even if they swear you to secrecy, tell someone, because you can be the one that helps. Minds can mend, and that can start with you. And I want to say thank you. I know I went completely off the cuff, which I usually do, but I hope I made an impression. Does anybody have any questions? Thoughts, feelings? Something? Well, actually, that's maybe kind of good, because maybe you're thinking about it. And I hope your minds are going like, yeah, I noticed this about this person or that person. And if someone's weird to you, believe me, they're struggling inside, okay? No one's like perfect. So I'm going to leave you with that. Maddie hid a few of goodies, just a few, under some of your seats. So take a look under your seat to see if you were a lucky one today. Didn't she? Yeah. There are T-shirts. One final thing is, as I said, we participate in a lot of events, a lot of other bigger charities. You guys, we're doing a walk for suicide prevention through the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention. And it was postponed because of Irma, but it is rescheduled for February 17th. And I would love if every one of you signed up and joined, okay? Anyone that signs up and joins from the Benjamin School will receive a T-shirt, okay? And it's a conversation. It gets it going. You wear the T-shirt and they're like, hey, what's that? And that's what we need to do. Keep the conversation going. Talk to your friends. Look for signs. I'm babbling. I know Dr. Yates is like, okay. Anyway, thank you. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you. And thank you to Margot as well. As you exit here, just remember to take care of yourselves and each other. Have a fantastic morning. You're excused.